Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'll let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to give some shots out to the early birds. I do want to remind you that we are simulcasting on Facebook and YouTube. On YouTube, I am Willie D Live. That is my main channel. My second channel is Willie D Conversations. That's where I have the interviews with notables like Kumo D. Tomorrow is going down. On Facebook, I am Willie D Official. So there are links in the description for you to follow the other channels. All right, let's get into it, fam. Let's see, shout outs. Too Real for TV. That's what I'm talking about. Biggie 97, what up? Miss Raw, what it do, Sheila Davison? Brother Man 7, good evening. Rufus Wilson, let's go. Jamie Collins, Miss Stay Positive all the time, good evening. JP, what it do? Anything Good Products, what up, North Carolina? Rick, what's up? Riz B, what's up, family? Chantel Terry, what it do? Christina Wright, Bria Graham, Philly, congratulations again on that Super Bowl win. Beat the Kansas City Chiefs head in. Yeah, that was exciting. I still think it's all rigged. Johnny Brown, Detroit, Michigan. C. White, what up? Tropical Punch Kool-Aid, Kansas City in the house. Who's that? Jody Jones. What's up, JJ? China Carter. Y'all show China some love. She is keeping the trolls at bay, handling those moderation duties. What's up, China? Anthony Napoleon, Brooklyn in the house. All right, fam. Let's do it. Put up a pic of my subjects here. It's the battle of the Titans going on right now, fam. It's a battle of the Titans. So, in other news, get a load of this. Tony Buzbee, known for filing lawsuits against celebrities such as Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs, has reportedly been barred from practicing law in the Southern District of New York. Yeah, fam. The decision follows Tony's failure to obtain the necessary permission before submitting his admission application to the district court in January 2025. The misstep came to light during his involvement in a controversial lawsuit accusing Jay-Z and Diddy of sexual assault, which led the Committee on Grievances for the Southern District of New York to take disciplinary action. According to the legal analyst Megan Cuniff, Buzbee's attempt to gain admission to the court was denied after the committee reviewed his failure to comply with standard legal procedures. Sources allege misconduct during the filing process also factored into the decision, raising questions about his adherence to professional standards. The now dismissed lawsuit accused Jay-Z and Diddy of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old girl in 2000. Earlier this month, Buzbee voluntarily withdrew the case, and Jay-Z and Roc Nation responded by labeling the allegations as frivolous and without merit. Despite his ban from practicing in the district, Buzbee is attempting to seek pro hoc vice admission. That's a legal procedure that allows out-of-state attorneys to represent clients in specific cases with the court's permission. The success of this request remains uncertain, leaving the fate of Buzbee's numerous other lawsuits, particularly those filed against Diddy, in limbo. As for Buzbee, any future attempts to practice in the Southern District of New York will require him to disclose the letter of denial issued by the court's grievance committee, with allegations of misconduct, claims of blackmail from Jay-Z, and multiple pending lawsuits against Diddy. This legal saga appears to be far from over. So here's the question. Will Tony be allowed to practice in New York? Give me a thumbs up if you say, yep, they'll get around to letting him do it. Thumbs down if you say, hell no, that ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Let me see where y'all at. Let's see where y'all at with it. Let's see, said the blind man. T Dizzle says yes. Short 69 says yes. Jodeci Girl says nope. Not gonna happen. Christine, up. Say that, down. Miss Stay Positive, up. Just give me a thumbs up or thumbs down, fam. That's all I need. I can get through it a lot quicker. I can see the comments a lot quicker if you do it that way. Mr. K. M. Garrett, down. Cat Daddy, down. Bria, up. Michelle, up. Jessica Olsen, up. Flawless, down. Christina, up. Linda, up. VV, up. Down. That's down. John, up. I'm up. So it looks like you guys believe that Tony will get a second chance to practice in New York. Or should I say a first chance to practice? Well, I don't know if it's first or second. I guess you have to file per case. So I don't know if he's ever had a case in New York before, but apparently, I mean, Tony been doing this for a minute. So I'm surprised they dropped the ball on that because, this ain't Tony's first rodeo. The dude know how to go get that money. I mean, he be selling multi-million-dollar cases all the time. So he knows how to get that money. So I'm surprised of this oversight. Very surprised. In any event, let me tell you what I think. I think that he will be allowed to file those other cases in practice. I think he's going to put the proper paperwork out there. It ain't nothing but paperwork. And it's too much money on the line to not refile. It's too much money on the line to not humble yourself and go before the committee, and and deal with all of that. It's too much money on the line. So, uh, and this is one of those things that do happen. This is not like something that never happens. This happens. So he's basically, in order for him to, he's filing the what do you call it, the pro hoc vichet, which allows a lawyer. I'm gonna speak in layman's terms here, which allows a lawyer from an outside jurisdiction to be granted permission to practice on a case in another jurisdiction, right? So he has to file the proper paperwork. That's all it is. It's just a paperwork issue. So while the Jay-Z case is over, well, Jay-Z has also filed a lawsuit. I believe, I know he said he would file a lawsuit. I'm not sure if he filed it. Hold on, let me see. Let's get around. Let's see if Jay-Z filed that lawsuit. So Jay-Z claimed that the lawsuit cost him about $20 million. I wouldn't be surprised if it cost more because, Jay-Z is involved in some pretty big business deals. So besides just paying his lawyers a bunch of money, I'm sure it has cost him some type of financial equity. Let's see. Seems like Hove isn't done with Tony Buzbee. Let's see. Jay-Z and his legal team filed a motion to dismiss this lawsuit that claims Buzbee's accusations are illegally questionable and not supported by actual proof. The motion points out that Croft and her firm have no spatial connection to these allegations. Furthermore, Jay-Z's scathing response to Tony Buzbee claims that this lawsuit is just a public relations tactic in order to distract from his other legal troubles. One of the attorneys' claims is that Roc Nation and its lawyers conspired with an investigator named Jessica Santiago. The motion to dismiss alleges that no record of the individual exists. All in all, it's the latest legal update in a saga that will not end based on a single sexual assault lawsuit dismissal. Yeah, this rabbit hole goes deep. This rabbit hole goes deep. I don't think in recent history I've ever seen a client, not client, but a person who was a defendant in a lawsuit go after a lawyer this vigorously. Hell, I don't think I ever seen one go after a lawyer, period. In fact, this whole Jay-Z controversy held heavy consequences for Tony Buzbee. If you're just not joining, we're talking about Tony Buzbee being barred from practicing in the Southern District of New York. His application was denied to practice in the district, meaning that he cannot litigate in New York City. Tony filed over a dozen individual lawsuits accusing Diddy of various forms of misconduct. And it's unclear what will happen with these cases now that the district's Committee of Grievances ruled on this matter. In addition, the specific connections between this and the Jay-Z lawsuit is also unknown, although the rapper's legal team's condemnations of Buzbee's failure to secure permission to litigate seemingly caused his application that the committee turned down. Considering Jay-Z's allegations that the sexual assault lawsuit cost him millions of dollars, there is serious doubt that this legal retribution saga will end soon. What you need to know is about what you need to know is Tony Buzbee will respond to this. And he is going to fight it. He will respond. He's facing a lot of other legal trouble amid these scandals. This is the battle of the Titans, man, because Jay-Z ain't backing down, and I know Tony, he ain't the type to back down. You know, I think he was wise by withdrawing that lawsuit against against Jay-Z. Well, I guess he had to have it withdrawn against Diddy too, since he claimed Diddy was involved in that particular case. But, that case had no merit. That case was very weak. The accuser her case was very, it was like one of the weakest cases I've ever seen. It's like you didn't have to be an expert, you didn't have to be a lawyer, you don't have to be a prosecutor, none of that. You didn't have to be a pundit to know that case was frivolous. The woman says she was 13 at the time, and she had somebody to drop her off 5 hours away from New Jersey into New York City to go to the MTV Music Awards. And once she got there, she didn't have a ticket. So she's just walking around trying to hop in anybody's limo. She comes across one limo driver who says, "Hey, you're exactly what Puffy is looking for." So she hops in the limousine. She meets Puffy later at the house, this mansion. And he gives her a drink. She passes out. She wakes up to Puffy and Jay-Z violating her. And then when it's all over, she goes back into the living room as if nothing really happened, sits on the sofa, and talks to a rock star about his tattoos. Her whole case started unraveling when Diddy, Jay-Z, and the rock star presented receipts that they wasn't even at this so-called mansion. The rock star was on tour. He wasn't even in New York at all. And the Jay-Z, as far as Jay-Z and Diddy, they were in New York, but they were at another party in the city. They were at an entire different party. This is documented. But the biggest piece is, well, I guess all of it are big pieces, But just one of the biggest pieces to me is the fact that she said her daddy, she called her daddy to pick her up 5 hours away. Her daddy comes to pick her up. She gets in the car and he says nothing. She says nothing for 5 hours. They drive back to New Jersey. Neither says anything. Now, I don't know a guy in the world who would get a call from his daughter, a desperate call from his daughter that says, Dad, come pick me up 5 hours away. Hell, even if it was 1 hour, but 5 hours. Come pick me up. Don't ask your daughter what happened or anything. You don't question anything. You just pick up and just drive home. That don't make sense to me. And if you had any type of conversation about your daughter being violated, ain't no way you just get in the car and just drive on off. Even if you do get in the car and drive off and she tell you about this attack, when you pull up in the driveway at your house, you ain't going back into the house unless you're going in that house to get a weapon. You're going to turn that car right back around and head right back to New York and confront these so-called predators. That's what a man would do. I don't know a guy who would not do that. I mean, even the dudes who ain't even supposed to be the strongest dudes would just do that on principle. You can't look at your daughter in the eyes. You can never look at her in the eyes again if you allow something like that to ride. She'll never respect you. She'll never feel protected by you ever again in history. You can be 80. She can be 80. You can be 100. She'll never respect you. You got to do it. You got to go confront him. You got to. I don't care how big and bad he is. I don't care how many security people are there. You going back to raise hell. They try to stop you from getting in. You'll fight. They're just going to have to do what they got to do. And you're going to get the police involved, everything. You finna go ride. None of that happened. I didn't believe it out of the gate. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with all these other cases. But I knew that particular case had no merit. I knew that for a fact. Miss Jazzy is in the building. What's up, Miss Jazzy? I like what Jay-Z did. Jay-Z said, I'm innocent. And he didn't cower. He got on the offense. He didn't sit there and wait on the next attack and the next attack, the next person who decided, ooh, I think it's sweet over there. Let me go file me a lawsuit. Nah, he nipped that in the bud straight out the gate. When you're innocent, you know you're innocent. Man, you got to fight. Now, if you're guilty, a guilty person might decide that, you know what, let me play it safe. I don't want to aggravate anybody. I don't want to act too hard because then they're going to, if I make them seem like a liar, they're going to try to prove that they're not. And I know they got evidence to prove that they're not. So I don't want to, I don't want to push too much. But that's not the energy that Jay-Z had. Jay-Z had like, man, I can't believe y'all did this and wasting my time messing with me like this. Okay, I'm going to show y'all what time it is. Don't play with me. Don't play with my name. Don't play with my reputation. Don't play with my family like that. When you're innocent, you stand, you fight. It's almost akin to a bully messing with you. You minding your own business, and then a bully start messing with you. You ever be around the quiet dude? You ever be around that quiet dude that don't bother nobody? He don't bother anybody. And then he's watching a lot of other people get bothered, but he's minding his own business. And then you make your way to him. You start messing with him. And you bring out a rage in that person that nobody's ever seen before. They go, damn, I didn't know he had it in him. Tear that bully head off. I guess my homeboy wouldn't mind me telling this story. We were kids back then. That was a long time ago. But we were in high school. No, we were in middle school. And, we were like some bad actors, allegedly. So one of my buddies, he's like a brother to me. He was a bully. Like, we were all, at that point, I wasn't really like a bully. I was more like I was like a reserved bully. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't full-time bully. I was like, okay, if my bully partner bullying somebody and he needs some help, then I help him, like that. But my partner, my brother, was a full-time bully. So we're on the metro bus, and it's this dude on the bus named Billy. Billy was quiet. Billy didn't mess with nobody. He never messed with anybody. I probably only heard him speak a few words like, what's up, like that type of thing. Or he might say something to his little brother and sister, because his little sister and his little brother used to go to the school nearby, like the elementary school nearby. So they'd all be on the bus. And, Billy was like, like the big brother, the protector of his little sister and his little brother. So my partner, my brother, starts messing with his little sister and brother. I don't know what he did, but he pissed Billy off. And then Billy stood up to him, and I'm saying to myself, man, I don't want to fight Billy, man. Billy don't mess with nobody. But I'm loyal to my brother here, so he messing with Billy, and Billy got in that karate stance and did some of that. Boy, yeah, my brother here going like this. He like cartoons. Man, I looked at my other brother, who is his brother, and we just had to go get Billy, But we ain't wash him all away. We didn't wash him all away. But, we did enough to let him know that, hey, man, we're not having that. But, yeah, man, that's one of them situations. People be minding their own business. The quiet ones, people will tell you, leave them quiet ones alone. People that don't mess with nobody, you better leave people alone, man, because that person right there has probably watched you bully everybody else. And they just waiting on you to get around to them. They've already thought in their head 1,000 times how they're going to deal with you when you try them. So you're at a disadvantage. You're at a major disadvantage when you've been identified as the bully. You're at a major disadvantage because sooner or later, you're going to run into somebody who will not accept being bullied. was another dude that I grew up with. Well, I didn't grow up with him, but I went to school with. This dude was a bully. He used to bully dudes at the skating rink. You up there dancing with your girl. If you dancing with your girl, he would walk up to you with like 3 or 4 other dudes, and he'll cut in like, yeah, can I have this dance? That type. He was a bully, right? He's like, yeah, let me have this dance, and cut in. And if the dude tried to fight back or whatever, a fight, they'd wash him. So he tried it one too many times. Dude leave out the club, I mean, not the club, but the skating rink, and went to get his gun. Got the gun out of his Jeep and turned toward old buddy. And he's like, well, what you gonna do? You gonna shoot me? What you gonna do? I mean, what? Pow, 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 pow. Put him on his mama's front porch. And that's where he's been since 1983. Paralyzed him. Better leave people alone. That quiet one, you better leave them alone. People that don't mess with nobody, you better leave them alone. H. Mercy say, I'm lost. You're all over the place. No, I'm not all over the place. You're all over the place because you wasn't listening from the jump. If you had started listening when the broadcast started, you'll see where I'm at and how I got there. What's up, Felicia Williams? Lawrence Brazier, what it do? Bottles. Y'all ain't never watched the news? You watch CNN, they talking about one thing, then they start talking about something else. This is more official than CNN. I'm more official than CNN. Nobody owns me. Nobody controls me. I'm more official. I'm more authentic. I'm more authentic than Fox, MSNBC, which, by the way, just canceled Joy Reid's show. Did y'all hear about that? Yeah. Not seeing MSNBC, right? She was on MSNBC, I believe. Yeah, they canceled her show. Yeah. Let's see how that go. She shouldn't be tripping, though, because, you know, Roland Martin already gave him the blueprint. Roland Martin got the blueprint for journalists who have been on shows on these news networks, these news outlets. He has given her the blueprint. Go start your own channel. Get your YouTube channel and start doing your own thing. She got enough followers. She got enough cred where she can build a massive following and get all the money and control everything. And she ain't got to listen to nothing they say. She have more control. And I know for a fact she'd make more money than she make at MSNBC. And she don't have to walk around on eggshells. She can do her thing however she wants. Roland Martin then has given all of the journalists the blueprint. All they got to do is give them a call. Roland, the type of dude, he'll give you some information. If you call him for the information, he'll give it to you. Yeah. He'll give you free game. I'm speaking from experience. He's giving me free game. So I know he will. Heard somebody saying something slick about Roland. Look, fam, you ain't got to like Roland. See, that's the thing about some of us, man. We think that we got to like everybody, you know, like we got to like a person's, and usually where it comes from, we think because if a person does one thing we don't like, or they say one thing, or they stand for one, maybe one or two issues that we're against, we just throw the whole person away. We don't like nothing about them. Then what happens? We stop following that person, unsubscribe to that person, and go follow somebody else. And then eventually they say something or do something that you don't like. Then you unsubscribe and stop following them. Then you go to somebody else. Then you unsubscribe and stop following them. And then you run out of people to entertain you or inform you. So you turn right back around and start following the person that you unfollowed again. So subscribe to the person you unsubscribe to again. I learned a long time ago, I don't have to agree with everything that people who I support say or do, because I don't expect them to agree with everything I say or do. That's a big problem in this society that we're in, where we live in identity politics. It's either you know, a lot of people had a lot to say about Nelly, but Nelly said something that was extremely prophetic. He said, the left is too far left and the right is too far right. There ain't no balance. You know, I got some conservative ways and I got some liberal ways. You know, I pick and choose what I want to support, and the convictions that I have that I'm going to stand by, that's what I stand by. You can't put me in no box and say, this is you and this is all you're going to be. And you can't change your mind about this, or you can't sit and talk to this person, or you can't be friends with this person, or you can't be in a picture with this person. And if you are, you this and you that, man, you better kick rocks barefooted at a concrete plant in the dark. Stay in your lane. The whole highway is my lane. I switch gears at will. Now, I'm not going to be flip-flopping now. I don't do no flip-flopping. But I reserve the right to change my mind. If I'm enlightened by something, I reserve the right to change my mind. And I'll never let my enemies pick my friends. How does that sound? Somebody talk down on you, talk real bad about you, and they don't like you anyway, and they got the nerve to question who you cool with, who you ain't cool with. Think about what I'm saying. There are people out there who hate your guts. They hate your guts. But they're trying to dictate who you can support and who you shouldn't support, who you should like and who you shouldn't like. Mainstream media is public enemy number one to me, man, because mainstream media has always been in cahoots with the government to make me and my people look bad. Why would they do that? Why would the government care about making your people look bad? Well, if they can make you look bad, they can justify their mistreatment of you. Think about it. Why does everything has to be about race? Because it is. Wish it wasn't, but it is. And I'm not going to be silent so you can be comfortable. That's what they try to do to you, fam. Like if you start talking about race too much, they start calling you a race baiter. Oh, he's a race baiter. He's a race baiter. He's a racist. Got to be careful. Because what they do is, whatever they're guilty of, they'll accuse you of. I probably need to say that again for the people in the back. Whatever they're guilty of, they will accuse you of. All you got to do is watch and listen. They're animals. Look at them. They're animals. Meanwhile, they're pulling up at parks, gunning down 11-year-olds, doing drive-bys on 11-year-olds, choking a man to death over some loose lips, killing a man sitting in the park reading a damn book, a man stranded in the middle of a highway, and he calls them for help. They show up and kill him. You got a man in his house. His house has been broken into. You call him. They call 911. Police get there. Wait, so don't move, don't move. Bah, 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 bah. Kill the guy who called for help. Kill the woman who calls for help. Shoot her through her window. Shoot her through her kitchen window. She's inside. She's playing games with her nephew. She's playing video games with her nephew. She goes from a quiet evening of playing video games with her nephew to the police shooting through her window and killing her. And there are not just hundreds of these cases. There are thousands. So you tell me who the uncivilized mutt is, who the animal is. They're animals, they're animals. You're gonna beat a man to death. You're supposed to be taking the man to the hospital to get him some help, but you kill him at the hospital. You got a man in custody. You're supposed to be taking him to get some help. You kill him, you beat him on the way to get the help, and then you finish him off at the medical facility. But you called him the animal. Just not joining, fam. Talking about these guys, Tony Buzbee and Jay-Z, his nemesis. Tony Buzbee has been reportedly barred from practicing law in the Southern District of New York. The decision follows Buzbee's failure to obtain the necessary permission before submitting his admission application to the district court in January 2025. This misstep came to light during his involvement in a controversial lawsuit accusing Jay-Z and Diddy of sexual assault, which led the Committee on Grievances for the Southern District of New York to take disciplinary action. According to legal analyst Megan Kunith, Buzbee's attempt to gain admission to the court was denied after the committee refused his failure to comply with standard legal procedures. Sources allege misconduct during the filing process also factored into the decision, raising questions about his adherence to professional standards. The now dismissed lawsuit accused Jay-Z and Diddy of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old girl in 2000. Earlier this month, Buzbee voluntarily withdrew the case, and both Jay-Z and Roc Nation responded by labeling the allegations as frivolous and without merit. Despite his ban from practicing in the district, Buzbee is attempting to seek pro hoc vice admission, a legal provision that allows out-of-state attorneys to represent clients in specific cases with the court's permission. The success of this request remains uncertain, leaving the fate of Buzbee's numerous other lawsuits, particularly those filed against Diddy, in limbo. As for Buzbee, any future attempts to practice in the Southern District of New York will require him to disclose the letter of denial issued by the court's grievance committee with allegations of misconduct, claims of blackmail from Jay-Z, and multiple pending lawsuits against Diddy. This legal saga appears to be far from over. I do believe that Tony Buzbee is going to be allowed to practice in New York. I think, this is just some legalities that need to be taken care of. And I think he'll be allowed to practice. What I'm more interested in, what's more to me in the area is what will become of the lawsuit that Jay-Z has filed against him, claiming that he lost over $20 million because of Tony Buzbee's frivolous lawsuit against him. That's what is going to be interesting to me. If Jay-Z can get a judgment in his favor, and if so, how much would he be able to collect? If he does get a judgment in his favor, and there's some type of settlement, I'm sure that it would be, it won't be disclosed. I do think that all people should be able to have some kind of get back when frivolous lawsuits or even cases are filed against them. If somebody accuse you, somebody just flat out lie on you, and they try to drag your name through the mud, you got to go get lawyers and pay for it. Shouldn't end with, okay, dismiss. No. It should really end with them paying a hefty fee and also apologizing publicly. If somebody's trying to get some money out of you frivolously, whatever amount of money they're seeking should be your judgment against them. If it goes your way, if a jury sees fit, if a judge sees fit, if it goes your way, whatever amount they were seeking from you should be reversed and go to you. They shouldn't be allowed to just drag your name through the mud, have you spending copious amounts of money, and oh, well, oops, didn't go my way. Okay, let me just go on with my life. Nah, man, nah, no. If it comes down to a criminal case, whatever kind of, if they lie, if they find out this person is lying, whatever type of time that person would have gotten, whatever they would have been eligible for, the judge should have the same latitude and discretion to put that type of time on the accuser for lying. It shouldn't end with the person just being exonerated. These lies have not only ruined people's reputation throughout history, some of these lies have led to people being murdered. Some of these lies have led to people committing suicide. Do y'all remember the case where the dude had a girlfriend and his baby mother said that she was going to tell people, she was going to lie and tell people. Let me back up. Not that she started lying. She flat out lied and told people that he had molested his daughter, and he snapped. And somehow something happened to whereas, she colluded, I believe, with the current girlfriend, to ruin him. And he killed the girlfriend and he went and killed the baby mama. Then he killed himself. These rape and sexual assault allegations, especially against children, I mean, it's hard to get any lower than that. You do not want that on your record. So yeah, fam, this case is far from over. I got to move around, but Ms. Jazzy, China Carter, appreciate y'all for holding it down, keeping the trolls at bay. Now, why do we keep the trolls at bay? I'm gonna let one of y'all say it. Drop it in the comment. Why do we keep the trolls at bay? Why do we not allow the trolls to get any action over here on the Willie D Live channel? There you go. Miss Jazzy, because trolls are hoes. That's my time. Riz B, what up? Appreciate y'all. Till next time, fam, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. If there's more breaking news tonight, you will hear from me. Otherwise, I'll see y'all soon.